What's going on, guys? Mike here doing it solo because Ricky is in Orlando today, hanging in the land of Daraj where the sun is still shining. We have a little bit here, but it's cold. It's like 30 degrees over there, so it's a lucky fuck. But cult report number 2. So there's way more updates last week, obviously, because it's the first one ever, but let's pull up what we got. So call report, November 21st. What are we working on right here? Okay, so the big one is that we have a new model, right? So we've talked in the past, mostly for the 90-day trappers, but it really comes down to the message, the method, and the model, right? And so that's kind of how we have our call it creators like operating system that we feed our chat. So the message is our version of our method done for ourselves, how we communicate our message, right? So that's like our tribe map, the mission, the cult branding, the method, the 9 pieces that you guys all have of cult creating, right? But then the model, right? How does it all tie together? And so this is one thing that school has been really clear on is now that they have different tiers, then Sam Ovens was talking about how, where is it? The number one model that the most people will make the most amount of money with. And that is freemium, right? So that is how most SaaS companies, most softwares are done, is that you just have an account, right? You have a free account, you just sign up, you start using the product. And then from there, there's like other things that you can upgrade to. And so he's like, the most amount of people will make the most amount of money with this model. And so we're like, well, our whole thing is feels over funnels, strip down everything, simple over complex, right? So simplicity spits out cash. And so we're trying the same thing, and we're canceling ClickFunnels, and we're just moving all traffic over here towards school. And so for free, there's going to be the cult psychology tips. There's going to be the customer call black book and the happy hour hangs, right? Premium is what you guys are on right now. So the cult creator model, access to a one-on-one in-doc package. And then the VIP, right? That's unlimited support, calls and DMs with us every day, every week, basically. And so that's the the model shift. And with that, then we had to do a new in-doc, right? So now we have different messaging. So now because we have a new model, then the message shifted. And so that's how it really goes with cult creating. When one thing changes, everything changes. And so now we had to redo the entire indoctrination so that it made sense for free people as well, right? And so a new auto DM, new onboarding, everything that you see in the onboarding and indoc module, then we just had to redo for cult creators because we just widened the TAM, So now that we're inviting other people in, some free people, then we had to change how we communicate the whole thing. So we had to redo the mission. We had to redo the model, redo the branding, right? And we're still working on the manifesto. But that's because last week we talked about having a new manifesto framework. So not that you guys care about this, but maybe if you want to see, how InDoc is done, if you guys are in that stage, then we just redid it. And then, upgrading the tribe map. So we are talking to Keith this week, and it's been good having other people, finally go through, and we could just see what needs tightening. And so mechanism was a piece that kept coming up. And so it's just that mechanism is like a huge differentiator for cult creators, right? It's the one thing that makes it sellable. And so it's like your point of differentiation, right? Why does your method work that's different and something that they've never tried before? And so that is really wrapped into the methodology, right? Because that's what you use to sell it. So what makes it different? Then how does the path go? And then what are the rituals within the path that become the actions that they have to do that make up the classroom, right? And so we're just continually trying to make all of the 9 steps easier for you guys, what you actually have to know, right? What you have to actually do. What are the artifacts that come out of it that you put to work? So the model has changed. So the message has changed a little bit as well. And with that, then this is something we've been doing for weeks now. And so we finally got new New thumbnails. So Ricky's been fucking with this, but I guess it's in draft and you can't see. But yeah, so now, and that's the point, right? The rule of threes, and just also trying to make it easier on the brain to see like, okay, this is step one, this is the second group, and this is the third group. And we were thinking about having them all chunked in, like all three of these into like just one piece, but we opted to leave them out because now this is something that could be licensable, right? So we could just sell off this module and we can license it into a different school. And we can also use that as a referral and a traffic piece to get people back in. We could do that same with like how we indoctrinate as cult creators, right? That could be something in a different school on onboarding. And so we kept it out because we've built this whole thing to be licensable. So, and then more symbols, right? So we're getting cooler, just deeper in the ChatGPT, in the design game itself. And so now it's getting to the point where it's just getting fun because I'd be on TikTok or Pinterest and I just see like a cool image. And now I can just take that and then put that into Chat 5 and say, extract everything and give me, the style, the aesthetic, the tone, the grain, everything for a graphic designer to recreate this into like new imagery. And so now we got some new symbols out of that. Let's see if I can safely go through my downloads. Yeah, like that. Fucking sick, bud. Like that. Yeah. The margarita. Hell yeah. And we love a smoking fish, right? Because we all have schools. And then the little post mail. So little stamp icon. So anyways, yeah, it's fun to think about like more symbols that work once you get deeper into the theme. So you can see the fish is a big theme around here. The propaganda, the beliefs, and the milestones, and the indoc. And so, yeah, once the theme really, that's the whole thing. It's just like, just keep going and just keep making it better. Just keep making it better. Just keep making it better. Like sunk cost is just out the window. We're doing this thing. Just keep making it better. And then on the lure systems, right? So now that we have the new model, now it's full like open gates on, because before we were sending people to an email list, we were sending people to cultcreators.com. We also had like a quiz, we had a book, we had a guide on setting up the school. Now it's like, fuck it, we're just going to put free stuff into the school. And so then all the traffic, we're just going to funnel into school. So we're just going to like burn everything else down and just show like school is the only thing that you need. Put the free things in school, get people in on the free, make it a cool community, and then make them want to upgrade to the full model. And so we're going to be going hard on the short form content that leads to it. And then partnerships like classifieds. That's a school that you can put in. I think you can advertise in their classroom and do kind of group trainings. So anyways, there's partnerships and posting are the two things that we're going to be going hard on until January. Obviously, the first goal, first milestone is 100 paying members. And that puts us at official cult creators, just like you guys. And so that's the goal. That's what we're working on. Ricky is hopefully dreaming and scheming while he's in Florida, thinking the big thoughts. But Classroom is almost built, and the new model is up. So the method and the model are getting tighter. The message is always continually getting tighter. Just keep focusing on the message, the method, and the model, and just keep fumble fucking forward. So happy Friday. Raise my glass. Pre-celebrate all the good things that are happening, and let's keep getting it. Cheers.